The early bird might get the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
Grab a jam, I swear, this is down. It's my podcast. This guy's insane. It rocks your brain. It's just a song. A Steve Viera vault.
Hey, Schmack-a-Magab, another Viera vault. And this one's a donated episode to the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast that was not fulfilled as of yet, but we're doing it now. And I have with me the great Metal Mike. What's up, Metal Mike?
Dr. Fuck, it is truly an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me, man. I am totally fucking stoked to do this, especially after hearing your recent interview with Will Carroll, which was fucking phenomenal, by the way. I loved it, man. It was great.
Man. Yeah, it was so great. Much fun. It was like, what a great guy.
He seems like a complete and total sweetheart, man. I seen him recently on Zetro's Toxic Vault thing he does. And I thought that was a really cool interview, man. And I really like that thing that Zetro does. Like a while back, he had Rob LaCicero from Forbidden on his show. And it was like an 8-part interview, man. He goes through his entire career. It was awesome. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I watch the Vault, his Vault. What does he call it? Toxic Vault.
Toxic Vault. Yeah, that's what he calls it, man.
The Sean Killian interview was amazing.
That was great, too, man. I am so glad that Violence is back together.
Hell yeah.
I hope they come to my town. I don't think they're going to. I was telling my friend, Sarah GS, I think you're Facebook friends with her. You know her. She's a DJ over at Cranium, DJ Heartbreaker. I said, man, we need to, if they fucking do get together, that's something where we might need to take a trip to fucking San Fran or wherever they're playing to go to, because I've never seen Violence, and I really, really want to see them.
Yeah, I took a trip, I think it was last year. I went to Oakland to see them.
Yeah, because they're fucking phenomenal thrash band, man. One of my favorites.
It was worth it. But we are talking about Death Angel this week, and you picked the album Relentless Retribution. Why that album, Mike?
Basically, I thought, well, for several reasons. One, you were doing the interview with Will Carroll, and I thought, well, what better way to let's talk about the Will Carroll and Damien Sisson era of the band, you know what I mean? Because I really think, and I'm not putting down,
the old stuff, Andy?
Yeah, Andy and their bass player, is it Dennis Peppa? Gus Peppa. Gus Peppa. Because I think Art of Dying and Killing Season are very, very good, solid records. I mean, they're good albums. So I'm not disparaging that at all. But for me, I think they've been on a creative renaissance since this album, in my opinion. Right. That's just my opinion. I mean, just to me, these last 4 albums have been just as good as any of their classic albums.
Oh, I've been saying that. Yeah, I even said that on that episode.
Drives me nuts because, when it's colder weather up here in Illinois, southern Illinois, I'll wear my, I've got a Dream Calls for Blood hoodie. So I'll wear it around, or my Death Angel shirts, and people will fucking give me a shout out. And that's awesome, and I love that, but it irritates me because they don't know anything about the new records. At all. They don't know anything. And then you'll hear them go, well, it's kind of hard to find new music. No, what the fuck, it's not. If you got a goddamn computer and Google, fucking just Google some shit, man. There are all kinds of new music that's being produced by these classic legacy bands. And not only that, just new bands out there. Phenomenal new bands. That it's out there, folks. It's not that fucking hard. It ain't
it's easier today to find new music than it was back in the day.
Then it's fucking been.
People are just making excuses, dude, because they're lazy and they just want to hang on to the past and live in a time warp. Dude, I go in the rabbit hole constantly on YouTube looking for new bands. I found so many. Man, there's this new movement going on called the New Wave of Traditional Metal, and there's a lot of Canadian bands. Yeah. Traveler and Midnight.
Yep.
What is it? Midnight Priest and
Midnight Priest is fucking awesome. I play them on my show all the time. I love Haunt And
Haunt's awesome. And
yeah.
there's just so many. Night Demon. I mean, I can
Night
go on
Demon's
and on.
fucking amazing, dude. Like, just some of the shit I've got, man. I'll show you. I'll tell you right now. It's just amazing bands, like, the new wave of traditional heavy metal. I like a lot of the new doom metal and stoner metal bands out there. There's some, like Crypt Sermon, man. I love.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite out of everybody.
I love them, man.
Out of all the newer bands, Crypt Sermon is my favorite. And I want to thank not the drummer of Slayer, but he has the same name, Dave Lombardo from Facebook. He just posted a link on something I wrote saying, dude, I've been listening to this band constantly. And you know what's funny about me, Mike, is that I usually don't click on links because I don't know people.
Right.
But I don't know. There was something about that day. I was like, all right, let me check it. Because usually, like you were saying earlier, I'm kind of busy. So I really don't, when I look for bands, I do it on my own time. I get in the rabbit hole on YouTube and I look for shit. When somebody suggests stuff, I know it's not cool of me, but, I do check them out. I'm not saying everybody, but I've been hurt a lot with people sending me links going, dude, this band rules. Then I listen to it, I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell this guy I don't like it, but still.
Right.
After like so many times of people doing that to me, I was like, I'm not going to click that. If it's good, I'm the master of finding shit on my own. But this guy, I would have found Crypt Sermon eventually. I would have found it. But man, when he sent me that and I heard that first song, Black Candle Flame, I was like, man, this is, whoa. And then I listened to the rest of it. I was like, dude, I went online. I couldn't find the vinyls. Were both fucking sold out. So I said, fuck it, buying the CDs. So I bought both CDs. Then, I joined the Crypt Sermon Facebook page, and they said, hey, we just released the vinyl again. Another press. I was like, fuck it, I'm buying them. So I got both vinyls.
Oh, I hear you, man. Like, a lot of these bands, when I do look them up, I'll click on their Bandcamp, and I love Bandcamp, man. I'm always buying music from them. I mean, we get music sent to the station a lot of times, but sometimes, even when it's sent by labels, the metadata is fucked up and shit, and I don't have fucking time to be fixing everybody's metadata. So anymore, man, a lot of times, I just go to their Bandcamp and buy their music. It supports them, and if I really like them, I'll buy it on vinyl, too.
Yeah, that's my thing, dude. It's like, if I find something on YouTube and I'm like, holy shit, this rules, I buy it.
Fuck yeah, man.
I don't download it. I don't want nothing free. I want a goddamn physical copy. And the same goes with movies. I just need a physical copy. It's just like, I don't know. It comforts my soul.
Hell yeah, man. And another couple of awesome new wave of traditional metal bands I love. Burning Witch is badass. Fucking Blade Killer. And I love Savage Master too, man.
Oh yeah, I saw Savage Master.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Who was it? They toured with Lucifer, another great new band.
Oh, I love them too, man. Like kind of a doom metal. Man, that lady, the singer, she's a beautiful lady, man.
She's gorgeous and very nice. I got a picture of her. She's sweet. But awesome. All right, but Death Angel, man. And let me tell you, before we get into this, I gotta also say, I'm glad you picked this one. Or, if you would have picked anything after this. Because I say it all the time, man. It's like, man, Death Angel, oh yeah, I'm bored. I was like, dude, have you heard them? No. It's like, dude, you don't know what you're missing out on, man. And hopefully somebody listening to this that likes old Death Angel will go and listen to this album and realize how amazing their new product is. And this album's no exception, man.
Dude, like you said, I could have easily picked any album from here on out, and it would have been a winner as far as I'm concerned. I picked this one because I'm like, well, fuck, man. It's the beginning of the Damien Saint-Saëns and Will Carroll era, and I'm a big fan of that era because, unfortunately, I never got to see Death Angel back in the day, but I've seen this version of Death Angel 3 times. And I love them, man. I'm even a card-carrying member of the Wolfpack, bro. Death Angel is one of my all-time favorite bands. So, I'm really, really... And like you said, it just... Yeah, and if you're... Anybody out there listening, if you're not familiar with this band, fucking check them out. All you got to do is YouTube it, man. Yeah. You will not be disappointed if you are a lover of thrash metal.
Yeah,
Like,
and like it. If you like it, buy it. Or I hope you
yes.
stub your toe really hard. You fuck. Don't get shit for free. Listen to it, like it, support. You know, I mean, bands today, they make their money on tour, not record sales, but come on, man.
Right.
Everybody's for, and you know, very important, go see them. Even if
Yes.
even if you're too lazy and like, oh well, yeah, I remember that video, I like them. Well, then go see them if they come in town. You know, at least go support them. Buy a shirt, buy a
Oh
ticket,
man,
and buy
I miss
beer too, because you
I
need to
miss going
support
to
the club.
shows so much, Ralph.
Oh, we all do, dude.
Man,
It's
dude,
it's
it
it's
fucking
it's depressing.
sucks. It
It is
really
depressing.
is.
But so yeah, I'm gonna let you start this off, bro. Why don't you take that opening title track?
Oh fuck! All right, man. Relentless Revolution. It starts off with just a fucking tasty riff that then goes into this killer chugging riff, and then Marco Suegua, is that how you pronounce his name?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, just kicks in with his awesome vocals. I think the rhythm section of Damien Sasan and Will Carroll is just fucking pummeling, and in my opinion, definitely gave this band a shot in the arm. Just killer guitar soloing by Rob, and awesome crunchy rhythm guitar playing by Ted Aguilar. Just a fucking killer opening track. What do you think, Dr. Fug?
Oh man, yeah. That opening riff is so cool, kind of catchy. Then it
Yeah,
goes
it
into
just
that.
hooks into your head,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It goes right into that mid-pace pummeling that you know. Uh, it follows that cool little riff and that. Now, my favorite part of this song is that little breakdown section where he says the selfish remains in the world, just you know, due to power of lust, something like that. It's a great
Yeah,
opening track, and I love that. You know, join us or step aside. Relentless
yeah,
Retribution, a
dude.
great way to kick off this fucking album. It rules. All right, then the next track is called Claws In So Deep. What do you think of this one, dude?
Um, Love it, dude. Written completely by Rob. Just a killer, almost frantic paced track that's just fucking bludgeons the auditory canals. I really love how Mark does like the verse and then Rob does the chorus. Then it trans into that killer chugging segment that leads right into the bridge that Mark and Rob harmonize together. And that's one of the things I've always loved about Death Angel and this band is the way that they use harmonies and melodies while still being totally thrashy and aggressive and just phenomenal musicianship all around. And I love the acoustical outro by Rodrigo and Gabriela, which is like this Mexican acoustical guitar duo. Fucking love this. Tied for my favorite track of the album.
Right on. Yeah, it's a faster song than the first song, but it takes a couple twisted turns in the tempo. And yeah, like you said, dude, I absolutely love, you know, the section where Rob is singing. You know,
Yes.
it gives,
And the
you know,
line even. The
yeah,
whole bridge is as she bled to the or no, what is the part? No, that's not it. That's when they sing together. It's when he
right.
goes, "Oh, upon black wings, another messenger from hell, the parasitic disillusion." I fucking love that part, dude. I
It's
just
it,
love this song, man. It's so
it's
awesome.
total organization, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
It
It
gives
is.
me
It
that
is.
vibe of the organization. I loved those two organization albums that Rob and
Yeah,
Andy sang
good
on.
stuff, man. Good
Well,
stuff.
it was Death Angel without Mark, you know,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and you know, and that crunchy breakdown, you know, it's like it's awesome, and I love that acousticy outro, which gives it in the beginning of the little acoustic. It kind of like reminds me of what Sabbath did at the end of Heaven and Hell, but then it strays from that, and the
Yeah.
acoustic goes into this crazy twist, giving it more of a Latin
I love
flavor
it,
to it.
man. Yeah,
You
totally.
know, which by the way, Death Angel does an amazing cover to Heaven and Hell.
Oh, I
Uh,
know they do. I know they do.
and great track. All right, the next one is called Truce. What do you think of this one?
Oh man, this track is just a relentless, no pun intended, fucking smack to your fucking ear hole. as far as I'm concerned, the whole band is just on fucking fire with this track. The riffs are bone crushing. The rhythm section is just face pummeling. And I love the killer solo, which, believe it or not, is actually provided by the producer, Jason Sukoff. This was the first album he produced, and he's produced every album since. Just fucking great. As far as I'm concerned, like I said earlier, this band's just been on a creative renaissance since this record. And like I said, I'm not disparaging the Killing Season and the Art of Dying or anything before. I love that stuff too. But I just think these last 4 albums are just as good as any of the classic era, and maybe even better than some of it, with the exception of Ultraviolence.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, I love the ferocity of the song, and and throwing in some of those melodic vocals that does not slow down the energy. It kind of like fits perfectly with this song. This is it's Skulls. I think it's a killer song. It's fucking badass. The next track is called "Into the Arms of Righteous Anger." What do you think of that one?
I like this one too. It kind of starts off all groovy, almost Sabbath-esque in my opinion. It's definitely more groove metal than all-out thrash like the previous 3 tracks, but it's still another really solid killer track as far as I'm concerned. What do you think, Dr. Fuck?
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's not one of my favorites on here, but it's definitely not bad. It's a great heavy mid-pace song. I love Mark's vocals on this. He's kind of like, like attacky in the vocals, and it makes up for because I think that little middle section, it kind of borders on metalcore a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah. I never really thought about it that way, but you're kind of right. And like I said, it's not one of my favorite tracks in the album. I mean, it would be almost like your former podcasting co-host said, killer filler. You know what I mean? It's still a good song,
Yeah, it's a good song, and even that little metalcore, it doesn't really last that long. And it's very unfair for me to call it like total metalcore. It just has a slight vibe to it that I'm kind of like, But Mark makes up for it. The band makes up for it. It's tight. It is a killer filler. I do not skip this track. I don't skip any song on this album. This album's great through and through. But, believe it or not, I mean, as much as I love all these songs, man, my favorite tracks are deeper in the album, like way later on. But still, these are fucking great. But I think that's a great thing about this album, that it doesn't let up, and it actually gets better as you go along. And I'll talk about, my favorite tracks are coming up. The next one is called River of Rapture. What do you think of this one?
Oh, man, this fucking track is sick, bro. I love the opening riff that just kind of fucking hooks right into your fucking brain pan. And I think Mark's vocals are just really exceptional on this track. Just stellar stuff. That scream, right when he fucking, and he just starts spitting out the vocals with, the words with incredible fury. And it's just another thing I've always loved about Death Angel is their lyrical content. I don't think Mark gets enough credit for as great a lyricist as he is. And I especially love the passages where he says, "Rise up bleeding, knock me down, I'll get back up again, always pushing forward, and I'll fight until the end." The thing goes into a fucking awesome chugging section where the whole band is just totally in unison. And then it goes into that passage, "I will hear your voice no more, and you won't have a choice no more, yet I will choose to bid no more, and you can't condescend no more." I just absolutely love the sweet and tasty solo by Rob, and then how the song crescends into just a furious finish. This track fucking rules, and it's probably my favorite track on the album, tied with Claws In So Deep. What do you think, Ralph?
Nice. It is a damn good track. It's back on track here. And what sets this band apart from others is how they intertwine some melodic lines during the pummeling music, and it doesn't deter from it, just like that last track. And they've always done this. This is not something that, even back to Ultraviolence, Voracious Souls had a little bit of, Man Without Anguish.
God, I love that fucking song.
Yeah, man. This band, and they were so young back then, but they already knew. They already knew. They had a little niche.
Yeah.
And I think Death Angel, their music to me is it sets them apart. You can see the difference between them and a lot of other, so-called thrash bands, and but River of Rapture is a badass song. I absolutely love it.
And brother, I gotta say, man, I think maybe that's why I'm such a Death Angel fan. Is nobody sounds like Death Angel, and Death Angel don't really sound like anybody else, in my opinion.
They do their thing, and they do it so well. And people need
and
to
just
know.
Totally underrated, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but these guys are better than a lot of the. And I love Testament, love Exodus, but I think the last few albums, about the only other thrash metal band as far as legacy act right now that I can think that's on the same level of Death Angel right now, in my opinion, would probably be Overkill. Overkill doesn't ever really disappoint. It's just killer album after killer album. And I kind of feel that way about Death Angel. The only difference is with Overkill, they never stopped. They didn't take a hiatus. They just kept on chugging along, you know what I mean? Or thrashing along, I should say. Fucking, right. But man, these last 4 releases have just been, I can't wait for the next record. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And if you heard, they're already working on it,
I know.
It's, and it does, piss me off that I have had to go see Death Angel opening for somebody. It always upsets me. I don't want to see them open for anybody, and I've seen them open for Iced Earth and Testament and so on. But, man, I want to see them do headline shows. And I was fortunate enough to open for Death Angel on 2 of their headline shows.
Oh, man, that must be awesome.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing. All right, the next one is called Absence of Light, which is a track, same track title as a Testament song, but this is a different track. What do you think of this one?
Lots of groove metal vibe on this one, and it's a slower number to be sure. It's not a bad track by any means. I dig the guitar solo, but to me, it's not really one of the standout tracks, but still killer nonetheless. I'm not putting it down, but it's a good song, but it's not one of my favorites. What do you think, Ralph?
Well, I actually love this song, but I gotta say, it's they slow it down a bit, and though it doesn't sound like Harvester of Sorrow from Metallica, but it's got that
I can
blueprint.
hear a little bit of it now that you think that. Yeah, I can hear that.
I hear the blueprint, and you don't have to be 1,000 miles an hour all the time to be heavy. No,
God, no. I mean, one of my other favorite subgenres besides thrash metal is fucking doom, sludge, and stoner metal. I love that shit. Obviously, I'm a Sabbath freak, so I'm going to be drawn to that as well. So yeah, it doesn't have to be fucking 1,000,000 miles an hour to be ballsy.
No, in some cases, it's like heavier.
Said, right, and don't get me wrong. Like I do like this song. I mean, like I said, I don't want to give it away, but yeah. Anyway, keep going, brother.
Yeah, I love it too because it gives the album, different shades. Sure. This song to me has the best fucking solo on the whole album. I mean, the solo is well constructed. Rob just shines on that fucking solo. I absolutely love it. All right, now we're going to go into a song that I think is God. It's called This Hate. What do you think of This Hate?
Oh, dude. I really love this one. I love just the chugging intro. I love Mark, how he delivers the vocal lines with just total fucking aggression and anger. He's basically telling the subject of the song he's a total piece of shit who has fucked over everyone in his life and how he's fucking going to get everything that's fucking coming to him. The musicianship is just totally off fucking the point on this one, man. I fucking love this track. Again, probably tied with Claws In So Deep. And what was the other one I love so much?
Truce? Was it Truce?
Truce, yeah. I fucking love this song, man. This song fucking rules.
This is my favorite track off the album, and let me tell you, like songs coming up are very close to it. But I love those verses are godly because I love how the band stops and it's just a guitar and Mark fucking screaming his ass off and. It's just a well-oiled, pommeling, tank-like song that just runs you over and fucks you up. And you can just feel that hate in the song. It really captures the emotion of hate,
Yes.
And it's
yes.
just...
You can fucking feel it, dude.
It slaps you around like a bitch. This song fucking
Yeah,
rules.
it does. It fucking stomps on your nuts and doesn't apologize.
Exactly, right? And laughs. You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. It's like my favorite track. But man, by saying this is my favorite track off it, it doesn't really do it justice to the other songs that like are my second or third favorite. They're, I mean, shit. I gotta pick a favorite, but fuck, I think
It's
there's some songs.
hard.
I think there's some songs coming up that man, really, they're pretty much tied.
Right. I
As
mean, it's
my
really hard
favorite.
for me to say this is my number one track on this thing.
Yeah,
It's hard, dude.
on this
Fuck
album it
albums.
is.
Yeah.
A lot of other albums, no, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem saying right now, Art of Dying, Devil Incarnate.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna fucking make no apologies. Great album, but Throwing the Wolves and shit like that. But man, Death Incarnate. But this album, I can't do that. I'm
Right.
saying it's my favorite track, but no, there's songs coming up that are just as good. But fuck it, I gotta pick a favorite, so I'll say it's this one. But I'm kind of kidding myself.
Well, fuck, bro. I've been a total puss. I'm like, tied. But it's so hard to pick one, man. This
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
album is phenomenal.
All right, the next one is called Death of the Meek. What do you think of this one?
Very cool drum intro by our boy Will Carroll, who fucking rules. You rule, Will. I really like the harmonizing vocals of Mark and Rob. And I think Mark's vocal delivery on this one is just totally on point. There's two fucking sweet-ass guitar solos. I dig this one a lot really well. The crunching rhythm guitar of Ted Aguilar with the thundering rhythm section of Damon Sasan and Will Carroll. Gotta love it, man. What do you think?
Oh man, that riff that starts the song is so fucking awesome. And again, I would probably say my second favorite, but it's pretty much tied with this hate. I love the bridge with Mark and Rob doing the vocal melodies. And I love that chaotic breakdown where it sounds like, Mark is like, how can I say it? He's like, kind of like sounds like he's talking through a megaphone,
Yeah. And
like
I love all the different time signatures in it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
really a cool tune.
It almost gives the vibe of, a fucking riot taking place. And this is a soundtrack to a fucking a big riot with a lot of buildings on fire. Yeah. Death of the Meek. That song fucking rules.
Fucking A, dude.
Hell
Couldn't agree more, dude. I concur, Dr. Fuck.
Thank you, sir. The next one is called Opponents at Sides. What do you think of this one?
Again, I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but another just awesome chugging intro that just hooks into you, man. I dig the flanging like effect on Mark's vocals. It's not really the most thrashy track, but again, Sabbath-esque, a slower number, but I really like it, and just killer guitar work by Rob as usual. What do you think, Dr. Fuck?
I think this song is heavy and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good description for it. Yeah, that works, man. I was kind of, because like you said, it's heavy, but it is, man. That's a perfect description.
Yeah, it's got this really beautiful vibe to it, and again, Mark and Rob sharing vocal duties, more than other songs. It just brings this amazing texture to the crunchy riffage. And again, I got to put this up there. Like if I was to say, I got to pick, what's my favorite? All right, my favorite's This Hate, Death to the Meek, Opponent Sides third. It's like my favorite tracks are like fucking toward the end, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. I love how you could put on an album and to my ears, it comes out like it's excellent. Oh my God, first track, second track, third track, fourth track. Oh, excellent tunes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then you go later on and go, holy shit, I like these even fucking more.
Yeah.
That's how
dude, this record doesn't let up. And I can pretty much say that about every album from here on out.
Yeah.
It's just fucking phenomenal, man.
Oh, yeah. I totally have to fucking agree with you on that. The next one, phenomenal as well, Metal Mike. It's called I Choose the Sky. What do you think of this one?
Oh, God, I just said another fucking ass-kicking, furious track. Again, I'm almost to the point where I'm fucking repeating myself. This track is just a fucking ripper from beginning to end. It fucking rules. Enough said. What do you think, Dr. Fuck?
Oh, man. Back to the breakneck speed, and it's I'd say it's my favorite on the album as far as like the speedier tracks. Will is killing it on drums. I mean, the whole band is. I think this is a extremely tight and pissed off song. I Choose the Sky is, god damn it, again, I got to put it one of my favorites. Like
I'm
my favorites
you,
are toward the end, man. And this is no exception. I love it. Now, before I'm going to throw it to you because you are my guest and you were kind enough to donate. And I always want you to talk first about each song. So the next one, I'll talk about what I feel about it. I'll let you take over first. But I just do want to say before I let you talk about the song, when I bought this album and I saw the track, looking at the track titles, I see Volcanic. I'm like, oh man, this is going to fucking slap me around. And it turns out it's the exact opposite. But I will go into what I feel about it after you talk about it.
Well, thank you, my good friend. And Volcanic. This one, has guitarist Rob Cavastani. Is that how you pronounce his name? That's how I always pronounce it. Yes. Doing lead vocals. I dig the acoustic melodic guitar. It's totally a mellow track, like you said. Not at all what you think it's going to be. You're like, oh, Volcanic. Oh, fuck. This is going to burn the fuck out of me, man. And it's not that kind of song at all. Kind of reminiscent of A Room with a View, but I really love it, man. I love the harmonizing between Rob and Mark. I've always been a sucker for, like, classical guitar, probably because of my love for Randy Rhoads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, this track is a perfect showcase of this band's musical versatility. This fucking band could play whatever the fuck they want and pull it the fuck off. I love this track. What do you think, Dr. Fuck?
All right. I think this song is a fucking beautiful ballad. Rob takes the lead vocals, and to me, that is always welcomed.
Yes.
He's such a great singer, man. His voice has a lot of feeling. Yes. And he should sing, I think, honestly, he should sing at least 2 songs on every Death Angel album,
I totally concur with you, Dr. Fuck, and I love how he harmonizes with Mark, man. Another thing that sets Death Angel apart from a lot of other thrash metal bands.
Right.
I love it.
I think the lyrics, though, fuck, man, these lyrics with this beautiful ballad, these lyrics would fit perfectly on a full-blown thrash song that's going a million miles an hour. Because these lyrics are very, very dark and violent, and it would lend itself. So it's nice hearing a very mellow, piece. And to me, man, like you mentioned, Room with a View, and then you had songs from the organization like Wonder and The Bringer that has this showcases his voice. I mean, well, to be fair, organization, Andy sang a lot of songs too, and he's another great singer, But I
incredibly
love
talented band. I mean, fucking Death Angel, again, like, they don't get the credit. And like, I agree with you about the lyrics. I mean, listen to this, man. Sick and tired of living with this grief, done with all the sorrow and the pain, asphyxiated, can no longer breathe, anesthetized until I've gone insane. You know what? That's fucking beautiful, man. Like, again, Rob and Mark don't get enough credit for their lyrical content, man. They are amazing. Amazing.
Fuck Bob Dylan. Those are lyrics.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
That to me speaks to me more than, answer my friend is blowing the wind. Fuck you.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
No offense to Bob Dylan fans, unless you got offended. So, yeah, I hope I did offend you. Yeah, prick.
Well, anybody who gets offended by somebody else's fucking opinion is a fucking spineless, winebag, fucking pussy. And I get so tired of that. You, Dr. Fuck, there's a ton of bands I love that you're not a fan of. Doesn't affect me. I don't give a fuck. I respect your opinion, man.
Exactly, dude. And I respect yours, too. I said it a billion times. I may hate bands, but I don't hate their fans because, hey, man, in the end, what you like and I don't, hey, I'm missing out. You're getting enjoyment over something I can't get enjoyment from. Therefore, who's winning? You not me. I mean,
that's one of the things I always loved about, again, I don't mean to bring up your old podcast, but the Rock and Metal Podcast, Combat Podcast, because, Ian was like 10 years younger than you. Well, I was born in 1970, so I'm like right between you guys. So sometimes I would agree with you, and then other times I would agree with Ian. The thing that helped me, though, is I had older brothers and their friends, and they're the ones that got me into the really heavy stuff, you know, at a very early age. Like, most guys my age probably didn't get into thrash metal until, 87, 88. I got into thrash metal around 85 or 86, you know what I mean? Even though the first time I heard it was in 83, but I have to be honest, it kind of freaked me out. There's been a lot of bands like that. Merciful Fate scared the fuck out of me the first time I heard them because that fucking voice of King Diamond's. But I love Merciful Fate, you know?
Hell yeah. My favorite band along with Black Sabbath is Merciful Fate.
Hey, brother, to me, as I've gotten older especially, I've just appreciated more and more. And I do think they are one of the most important 1980s metal bands. Like, they are just as influential as Iron Maiden or anything any of the new wave of British heavy metal was doing, in my opinion.
Totally.
I mean, every thrash metal band cites them as a major influence. So you got to give it up for Merciful Fate and King Diamond, and I love them both.
You know who also shares that opinion, Mike?
You, I believe.
And something else. I'll say it. You want me to say it? I'll say it.
Tell me.
It is also the opinion of fucking science.
I don't see how you can argue with it, man. You know, I really don't. I mean, there's just certain things that, Merciful Fate, man, they're the fucking shit. That's it. You know what I mean?
Gods, man. No band crammed so many riffs in a song and made it work like they did.
And what really saddens me is I was hoping this year I could go to that festival in Vegas where they were going to. I've never seen Merciful Fate, Ralph, ever.
Right, yeah.
I finally got to see King Diamond last November. Me and my friend Sarah GS, we went on a road trip to see King Diamond with Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats in I believe Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, dude, it was so awesome! What a great show! It's like and he did this tribute to the Tim Hansen, the bass player who had just recently died.
Right, yeah.
So it was a great concert, man. I mean, it just amazes me how he can still bring it after all these years, man. King Diamond fucking rules.
Oh, yeah, I saw that same tour, and it was a road trip for me as well. Me and my friend Kathy, we drove 4 hours to see that in Orlando, and oh, man, worth every mile.
Oh, it sure was, dude. Yeah.
I don't know, probably my 6th time seeing King Diamond, but he never disappoints.
Yeah, my first time, man, but I'm just like, okay, I can take that off my bucket list. You know what I mean? Because as much as I was into metal at a young age, I lived in a rural area. You know what I mean? So yeah. I wasn't, like, I didn't have mom and pop shops. You know, I didn't have, like, and also my parents were very strict. Like, it was weird. They'd let me buy the records and have the posters, but they wouldn't let me go to concerts, man. I mean, my first concert was like, I think 1987 or maybe early 88, I saw the fucking Kiss Crazy Nights tour, which I hate that goddamn album.
That tour sucked, too.
Oh, he did. It was terrible, man. But Ted Nugent just fucking annihilated them.
I got the same.
Annihilated them, man.
Ted Nugent opened for the one down here as well.
With that being said, though, Eric Carr's drum solo was amazing. And I mean, they sounded good. And they did do quite a bit of Creatures of the Night stuff, which I love that record, so I was fine with. But yeah, no really explosions. No, it was kind of boring, man. And Ted just kicked the fucking dog shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. Ted was awesome that night.
Now, I did see Kiss twice after that, the reunion tour with Alice in Chains opening, which was kind of cool because I saw the next to the last performance that Lane Staley ever did with Alice in Chains. Oh, wow. And then I saw him again on the farewell tour with Ted Nugent opening, and that was just a phenomenal show. Nothing as awesome as you getting to see him in Madison Square Garden, but it was still fucking pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man. No, the reunion show is the fucking shit.
Fuck yeah. But I don't want us to get in the Kiss vortex, my friend. Death Angel.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of it, which is the last track. It's called Where They Lay. What do you think of this one?
Where They Lay. Just a thrash-tastic closing track. Just a total burning from beginning to end, blistering fucking song. It really is. And what I love is just a rallying fist pumper and an epic closer. And I fucking, just a perfect closing track. Epic. It's It's just fucking thrash-tastically epic. What do you think, Ralph?
I love that scream, rage, mauling. Fucking the lyrics are just out there, man.
Oh yeah, just fucking phenomenal, man.
It's kind of like Volcanic is the calm before the storm for the final track.
Yes.
This track is probably the most relentless song on here. It kind of like smacks both sides of your head, punches you in the back of the head, and kicks you in the fucking face.
Yeah, it really is like they were not fucking around when they wrote and recorded that track.
No, they said, "Dude, let's end this album with people out of breath." You know? And it's a great way to end it, and it's an awesome album. Like you said, the 3 After, it's just as good.
By far, man. Like I said, I could have easily picked but I thought, well, fuck. He interviewed Will. Let's do the first album with Will, man. It just seemed fitting to me. So that's why I picked it. And like I said, I just think they've been on a strong roll. I think their work with producer Jason Sukoff has been amazing. They're just an amazing, amazing band. And I love this era of the band just as much as any of the classic stuff, man.
Well, I may have people disagree with me on this, but I love these next 4 albums more than Frog Through the Park or Act 3. And I love Act 3, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love Act 3 too. Like I said earlier, if you remember, I said, to me, this is just as good, if not better, with the exception of Ultraviolence, man. And I love Frog in the Park. It's a good record. I like it. It's kind of like what you and Will said a while back. It's kind of disjointed, though. It's definitely the weakest album out of the classic original lineup, in my opinion. I love that Me Some Act 3, though. What a great album. And to me, it's just tragic what happened to Death Angel, the bus wreck and all that. I think they would have been much bigger than what they became if that hadn't happened. That's just my personal opinion. But I think Death Angel were well on their way. And then that horrific, catastrophic bus accident, it literally led to the end of that band for a while, so.
Yeah. They were going to be on the Clash of the Titans tour, and then they got Alice in Chains, but that would have been a great, great stepping stone for them if they could have went out with Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. I mean,
are you kidding me? Yeah. Fuck.
It would have really helped them, but it's a shame what happened, and and also you got to think of the time, soon after all that grunge came in, thrash.
Sure.
A lot of people, they always say, well, grunge killed hair metal. No, hair metal killed hair metal. But if anything, it really put a damper on thrash.
It really did. It didn't kill them. It just kind of took it, but it made them take a step back. And then like I said, who knows what would have happened with Death Angel if they hadn't had that happen to him. But I mean, Kerry King even said that, but I agree with you. The bastardization of the glam metal movement is what I call it. What happened there? I love the first generation of those bands. I even like some of the second generation.
Right.
God damn, it just got so processed and so diluted and all about the look. That's why I tuned out. Thank God, or Satan, or whatever the fuck, for thrash metal, because I was getting kind of disillusioned with what was going on. And then you had your legacy acts kind of like, oh, well, we need to be more like these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man. If it hadn't been for Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer and all that and all these other guys, I don't know what the fuck I'd have done, Dr. Fuck. I mean, honestly. So
yeah, everything was, just, because, our traditional metal bands too kind of caught on.
That's what I'm saying.
You had your
Priest with Turbo, Ozzy
yeah.
with Ultimate Sin.
Yeah.
Kiss with Crazy Nights.
It was watered
down.
down.
Down the list, man. Because like you and Will said on your episode, I think, of course, Creature's fucking great. Lick It Up, really strong album. Animalize is a heavy record. And even Asylum. Yeah, they look fucking goofy as fuck, but I listen to goddamn music. I don't give a fuck about how they look.
Right.
And to me, it's like, yeah, man. And then all of a sudden they let's go on to this trend, because that's what Kiss has been doing ever since 1979.
Right.
But that's another story.
Kiss! Oh my God.
Oh my God, Kiss! Oh my God, it's awesome.
Did you see, Mike? Did you see the Thrashomentary?
Yes, I own it. I love it. It's
Oh my
fucking
God, so
amazing.
well made.
Oh, it was. It was fucking great, man. And I'm glad they did it because Death Angel deserves. I would love to see a really good um documentary on some of these other bands, but like I really love the one they did on Violence.
Oh yeah, Blood and Dirt is awesome.
Yeah, and but I'd love to see one on Exodus, which they got that one they had when it's kind of a documentary, but it's like them on tour with Rob Dukes, which
Right.
I'm gonna throw out there. I love Rob Dukes just as
Yeah,
much.
I liked it too. I liked
I
it
love
too.
all three eras of Exodus, man. Fuck
Yeah,
the haters.
yeah, I agree with you too. But you know, I mean, I other than Bonded by Blood, because I think Bonded by Blood is one of the greatest thrash albums ever. Probably the greatest thrash debut ever. I mean, I know I'm going out on a limb and saying that, and I don't think a lot of people agree with that. But as far as a whole discography, hey man, I love Exodus, dude, but I'll put Death Angel over them, man.
I'm saying.
You know, it's like Death Angel is a little more special to me, and like I said, it pisses me off, and it's not their fault; it's society's fault to see them open for other bands. It's
Oh,
not right.
I know. It bugs me. It bugs me sometimes, man. It's just like, uh, the three times I've seen Death Angel was once with they opened for Cavalier Conspiracy, which that I went to Joliet, Illinois to see that show. That was an awesome show. And then they opened for Anthrax and Slayer, and they were amazing then. And then the last time I saw them was with fucking Overkill.
Wow,
And
that's
that
cool.
was an amazing show. Oh my God, both bands brought it. They were fucking phenomenal, man. Got to meet Bobby after the show. Really cool dude. We had a blast, man. We had a fucking blast. That was a great, great fucking concert, man.
Right on, Mike. Well, Mike, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do. I think I've only had maybe one or maybe two people inside the vault. I want to bring you
Awesome.
inside my vault. Okay, let's go in, okay?
Let's do it, man.
All right, Mike, I'm going to have to pick your brain here a little bit. Take your time. I'm good at editing, but I want to play something in the vault this week off this album, and I want you, my friend, to pick what track would you pick so people can understand the greatness of this album. If you had to pick one song
Oh God,
from this
dude.
album, take your time. I'll edit the fucker.
You know
Just
what?
take your time.
Let's go out with the epic closing track.
Ah, wise choice. 'Cause
Thank
if
you,
want,
my friend.
If you want you fucking thrash, you're gonna get it right now. So here is Death Angel with the song that ends Relentless Revolution. It's called, what's it called, Mike?
It's called Where They Lay. Crank this motherfucker up and thrash it the fuck out.
Swallow the ride, children
Yeah, that was Where They Lay from Death Angel, the album that me and Metal Mike have been talking about this whole episode. Mike, you rule, brother. You know I love you, man, and thank you so much for donating, and thank you for
Anytime, man. And
being on the
anytime.
show.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me in the actual vault. That's a fucking honor. And thank you for having me on and, just inspiring me. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, dude, anytime you ever want me on, you just let me know.
Well, of course, brother. You'll be back.
By me, all means, man. There's a lot of other bands and a lot of other things I can talk about besides Death Angel, but Death Angel's definitely one of my favorite subjects. So once again, brother, it's a fucking honor to be here. You fucking rule, my friend. Long live the Viera Vault and Dr. Fuck.
Right on, brother. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody that's been listening. If you're listening to my voice now, you're a true headbanger, man. And, thanks for tuning in, man. And there's more killer episodes like the one you just heard coming up. So till next time, this is going out to not only my viewers, but I'm going to say this to you, Mike. Till next time, schmack 'em a gob.
Yeah.